Jim Miller joined by Tusculum head coach Jerry Odom after the Pioneers get another victory this afternoon, beating Emory and Henry by a final score of 35-9. And coach, slow start for the offense, didn't establish the run the way that you wanted to, but then set it up with some big passes, and then the run really took control in the second half.
Yeah, I don't know that we committed to the run probably as much in the first half as we could have, but once we committed to it and did, like you said, hit a couple passes on them, then things did open up a little bit, and we were able to run for about 150, and we ended up with about 480 yards of offense. So that's great, and I thought our defense played outstanding, and really special teams. It was a good team win. I thought in the second half we really played well.
Without Courtney Jackson, it was a chance for Mekhi Johnson to really show what he can do. He had the big catch and run on the screen pass, and then busted out a run later on, and then got rewarded at the end zone with a touchdown. You've been wanting to incorporate him more in the offense, and not the way you want to do it by injury, but he really showed what he can do.
Yeah, he did, absolutely. Mekhi's played great for us this year. Great team guy. He's a heck of a grad transfer pickup. I really like Mekhi, and we've been fortunate to have him, and I thought Gamillion ran hard when he was in there, and Bariner, and those three will have to keep it going while we're for the end of this thing.
I know you always like those picks and scores by your defense, and Wesley Scott, he got one right in his breadbasket, and he took care of the rest.
Yeah, they tried to throw an RPO, and he fell back into it and caught it, and Wes can really run. I mean, people have no idea how fast that joker is, but I think we ended up with 3 picks again today, and and if you can turn people over, right, and not turn the football over, then that's good things happen, and especially when you score with that. And I thought we played really physical on the D-line. I thought our D-line played outstanding up front. They just couldn't move the ball.
I thought that was as physical a game as we've seen all season. There was a lot of guys getting hit. Some guys are going to be banged up after this one. But is this team that thrives on that hitting? Is this a team that wants to get after it like that?
Yeah, we're pretty physical. We think we're a pretty physical group, and we were not happy with the way we played last week. We were flat coming off that big Carson Newman win and being a rivalry, and that takes nothing away. Wise still played a great game against us, but we felt like we really came out and played the way we can play and show what we can do, and really happy the way the guys played today.
Quarterback Trey Simmons throws for 307 yards, 3 touchdowns. Thought his decision-making in the second half was particularly strong, and he executed the RPO, I'm sure, the way that you wanted him to do it.
Well, we got to get him some easy throws, and I think what happens sometimes, he doesn't get some easy throws early, and then he struggled a little bit, and so I think getting him some easy throws early in the second half really helped. A couple hitches and the slant, and then all of a sudden he hit a deep ball, and now he's throwing the digs, and now he's getting more comfortable. But we also were able to run the ball. We kept fitting the run game in there, and when you have the run game to fit in there also, then that gives you that opportunity to have play action and everything else that goes with it.
Football is a one-week-at-a-time sport, and you can never look ahead past your next game, and we're not looking ahead past the next game at all. Is the feeling that there's something building here, that there's something that could be something special this season, or is it just 1 week at a time?
Well, I hope so. I mean, we're 7-1. I mean, I think we thought we could be 7-1 or better, but nobody else did. Nobody is picking us to be very good this year, and I thought this is a good football team. They care about, like I've said it a million times, they care about each other. Like, we had a true freshman who was playing scout team last week play every snap at right guard, right? And we had a redshirt freshman who basically came in and was a D lineman on Monday, and then Tuesday he was an offensive lineman and played every snap. That's impressive, man, and those kids competed, and that's all you can ask for.
Steve's now 7-1. Erskine on the schedule for next week, but for now it's a happy homecoming for the Pioneers with the victory over Emory and Henry. For Coach Jerry Odom, I'm Jim Miller. For more on today's game, visit TusculumPioneers.com.